Major Mohammed Ali Shah on the broadcast with me, and the big question that I would like to seek from you is the kind of narrative that is being built around Kashmir files. Do you really actually are able to identify yourself with the kind of narratives and statements that are coming forth?
Megha, firstly I would like to say that the exodus and the pain of Kashmiri Pandits is our own pain, and I deeply feel for it from the bottom of my heart. And not just me, and many people I know, many Indians feel the same way, irrespective of the community. Now, when we talk about a film, I have worked in films which talk peace, like Bajrangi Bhaijaan, based on Kashmir. I have also worked in a film which was supposedly termed as anti-national in a lot of ways by some people, called Haider, which ended up winning 5 national awards, which was shot in Kashmir. And I have played, in fact, incidentally, I have played the role of a terrorist in a film which is far from my personality, being an army person. Secondly, I have seen insurgency in Jammu Kashmir as well. So when we talk about genocide, it is a very, very strong word. Genocide is really a very strong word, and now, recently, just today, I saw a very shocking video on Twitter, and where people in the cinema hall were shouting hate slogans. That was alarming, actually, Megha, to be very, very honest. And I haven't seen Kashmiri Files as yet. I know Viveka Ranjan Agnihotri, I know Pallavi Joshi, I know very well. I've worked in the previous film, the Tashkent Files, in fact. My uncle in that, Nasiruddin Shah, he worked in their film, the previous film as well. I know them personally. In fact, Darshan Kumar, I know him. He's a very, very dear friend. Very dear friend. I know him for many, many years. And none of them, let me tell you, are hate mongers or Muslim haters in personal life. I haven't seen any of them discriminating. Whenever I've gone to Vivek's office, he has always greeted me very warmly with a cup of tea and such things. And now when I don't know what people, I haven't seen the film, but when we talk about the exodus of Kashmiri Pandits aside, now keep it aside, I think it is a very, very painful thing. It's condemnable, reprehensible, and the people who did that are terrorists, and terrorism has no religion. So it would be actually wrong to say that only Muslims did that. It is about terrorists who did that, and it should be rebuked. It should be this thing, and in fact there should be measures by not only talking about the pain. Yes, of course, after 32 years, I mean, their pain has been talked about, but how to rehabilitate them, how to get them back to their homes. So many people, we saw 3 million people, almost 3 million leaving Ukraine. We feel bad for them, though we are not from their country. Of course, they were as human beings. Here we see Kashmiri Pandits leaving their homes, their ancestors' homes. Of course we feel bad, and heart goes out to them. I have a lot of friends who are Kashmiri Pandits. They have been aggrieved, they have been pained. But let me tell you, it will be wrong to say that, no, Muslims did that. Muslims didn't do that. Terrorists did that. And let me tell you, Muslims don't support the terrorists. Muslims don't support them. And these kind of organizations like, ISIS, Taliban, Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, the kind of damage they have done physically and virtually to their own community, to Muslim community, for heaven's sake, it is not even funny. And these are the actual people of Islam, or enemies of Islam. And it is because of organizations like this, Islamophobia sets in. And let me tell you one thing, in India we are one people, we are secular people, and so far Megha, I've always believed that the best country for the minorities is India, coming from a minority sect in India itself, because I believe in one thing which Allama Iqbal had said, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. So I believe if you are strong, if you are well educated, then no one can point a finger on you.
Point taken. Mohammed Ali Shah, would you like to respond to the arguments you've heard from the rest of the panelists, and simply speaking, what should be the ideal way ahead?
Megha, I totally empathize with Sumit. He's a dear friend, and I totally understand his pain, and I feel sorry that such a thing had to happen, and I think the perpetrators should definitely be brought to the book. Secondly, what Mr. Mani said, I think he's contradicting his own statement, or he's not sure, or he doesn't have the clarity of mind. He said that religion has a terror. Let me tell you, Megha, my
terror has a religion.
Just a minute, you were disturbing Joyita as well when she was speaking. by giving some sound from your thing and not muting yourself. Allow me to speak right now. So Mr. Mani, I don't think he's very sure of himself. He's in some self-doubt, in some dilemma, I guess. Because my father fought insurgency in Punjab, he's seen Sikh terrorism, he fought insurgency in Manipur, he's seen Hindu terrorism, he fought insurgency in Jammu Kashmir, he's seen Muslim terrorism, he's fought insurgency in Nagaland, he's seen Christian terrorism. So there is no religion through that. If you call it a community, Mr. Mani Shah, you need to educate yourself, and you say you write books, you must read.
I have seen the names of the terrorists.
Educate yourself, sir. You must learn something from Sumit Peer, something from Jyota Basu. You must learn something.
I beg to differ.
It's not spreading hate and saying religion as a terror. It definitely not. We are seeing right now a war happening in Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, but when you talk about communities, when you talk about religion, these are tools that are utilized by the powerful, by those with vested interests. Thank my panelists for sharing their analysis, their thoughts, their opinions on this very complex, sensitive matter.